Mike, turn your games down.
Hi everybody, welcome to our movie episode of Game My Mom Found. I am Mike Albertin, and who got hobbled by their employer with me tonight?
I am Phoebe Stanton, ready to take a trip down memory lane sans all the baby deaths.
Yeah, there's that.
And I'm everyone's resident lying old dirty birdie, Bill Tucker from A Gamer Looks at 40 and Carrying My Cross podcast.
I'm Kyle, and I know this might be probably the most further away reference to the movie, considering how late it shows up, but eat it until you choke, you sick, twisted fuck!
Lovely.
I mean, it is in the movie.
Yeah,
It's there.
I specifically went for something that wasn't I'm your biggest fan
No, of course.
because I didn't want to steal it from somebody and
No, I
nobody
get
took
you.
it.
I'm glad
sorry.
we all went for the slightly deeper cuts. I appreciate that.
My other one that I was like, this was like my number 2 that I was going to use was literally just like, hi, I'm Kyle, and look, I'm sorry for prattling off and making you feel all oogie.
And I will not be judged by man, I will be judged by him.
Nice.
Oh my god.
So we are here talking about a movie that I know I have seen before, but I had zero memory. Well, I had 1% memory of this movie.
Okay.
So we are here to talk about Misery, directed by Rob Reiner. That was one on a poll that you guys chose for us to cover.
Hell yeah. You guys
said-
are picking all the good movies. Hell yeah.
They are. We're having some good polls. And I made the poll Robert Reiner, and Ken's like, what are you doing? So
No, of
I
course.
thought that
Like,
was...
I'm actually surprised that even with like a Rob Reiner themed poll, like this is what won. Because like, man, Rob Reiner, that guy just fucking. That guy had a long line of home runs for movies. Like, holy shit! Like,
And-
what do you pick? Like, what do you go for?
I mean, the reason why the poll got made was because he was murdered.
No, of
and then
course.
Those
And,
honored him, but
Right.
No, of course, of course, God rest his soul. What a powerhouse of a director. Just some of the very best movies of his era, of like the 80s, the 90s. Like, oh my god, just incredible movie.
You know what's amazing? His first movie was This Is Spinal Tap. That was his first
Oh, yeah.
one.
That's
Final Tap to
just
sure thing.
la-di-da. That's his. Sorry, like that's just la-di-da. Like that's his first movie. Like, this is Spinal Tap. Like one of the best, like most quotable comedies of like the past like 60 years. Like, oh my god.
maybe someday I should see it.
It's
His
great.
final movie was Spinal Tap 2.
Yes. Did anyone see Spinal Tap 2?
I have not, unfortunately.
Spinal Tap 1.
Oh my god, we gotta.
I haven't
Really?
either, for the record.
No, my
surprising.
3 movies for him are Stand By Me, The Princess
Okay.
Bride, and Misery. Oh, and
Well,
A Few
Yep.
Good Men.
Well, of course, we gotta have that as a next movie for this podcast. Oh my god.
I do want to do it at some point. But this came out in 1990. This was, I said, directed by Rob Reiner, screenplay by William Goldman. Hey, it looks better when a movie only has one screenplay writer. We're learning that from all the other movies we've been covering. And this was production company Castle Rock Entertainment and Nelson Entertainment.
Yep.
Not surprised.
Good
when
old,
something has
good
the
old
name
Castle Rock. Yeah, good old Castle Rock.
Castle Rock, famous for a ton of different Stephen King adaptations, and Seinfeld, because Seinfeld. Yes, Seinfeld, everybody's favorite Stephen King book. Seinfeld, really scary book where Jewish guy in New York who's a stand-up comedian has an apartment. Him and his friends hang out in his apartment. He has a bunch of boxes of cereal. Man, like one of the scariest adaptations ever.
Oh my god, Seinfeld is just the Tommy Knockers.
I don't know what
Wow.
that is either. For the
And
record.
that's the reason why I can make that joke, Mike, is because nobody knows what the Tommy Knockers is.
Right.
Phoebe, bless you for making that reference. That's, oh my god.
All right, and we should do our history or memories with this movie. So I pretty sure I've seen this movie once all the way through, yet I had zero memory of it until when I watched this last night and today. I remembered one scene. That was it. I didn't even remember it correctly.
Mhm.
So I know I've seen this movie, but apparently it left my memory. It was over a decade ago.
No, of course.
So that's my history. What about you, Phoebe?
About the same. Haven't seen this in well over a decade. Didn't remember a good amount of it. But even then, as somebody who, I'm not going to say whether or not I'm the biggest Stephen King fan this current lineup, but I've read 30 plus books or so of his, and this is not one of them either. So
Interesting.
this is one where I've only seen the movie.
Okay. I'm a little surprised.
The novel's good. It's real good. I mean, but this is one of those where if you've seen the movie, you've read the book. It's pretty faithful with some big differences. We can talk about that in a little bit. But
I've heard that pretty much the ending is the
ending is different.
Yeah, the ending to the book is like pretty different. Like there's still like where the movie just kind of has this one part of the ending. The book is a bit more like, oh no, there's still a little bit left, and it's like, yeah, like it's pretty interesting.
Well, the big difference is that Paul becomes a big old time opiate addict because guess who was an addict at that time too?
Yeah,
great
exactly.
Stephen King.
Yep.
So so
the man has had his histories with addiction. So
he's had his struggles.
But
and
that's what we
reflected.
get Maximum Overdrive. Doesn't
Right.
everybody love Maximum Overdrive?
Sure.
I love the movie. It's so redonkulous and just like, what the fuck, you know?
Yep.
Also, tons of great AC/DC songs, because I mean, hell yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
And Bill, what's your history?
This may surprise everybody here. I always forget this came out in 1990. I was gonna make an old joke at my own expense. I was 10 years old when this came out, so I did not see this movie in theaters. Obviously, I always forget this came out in 1990. This feels like an older movie to me for some weird reason. But this was probably a Netflix rental at some point. The provenance of this, of course, is well known. So I've seen this a few times. I own this on a digital video disc. And Zach Hughes-Hanks is going to really be annoyed. That's not what DVD stands for, but I'm going to have to just scrub that from my memory. Another thing that Zach is going to yell at me about, I'm sorry, I know it's something else. I do own this. I might own some. Actually, I think I own this on Blu-ray. I have to check. I actually saw this on, I watched this though on Netflix streaming because it was more convenient than digging out my DVD/Blu-ray collection.
Oh, is it on streaming right now?
Yeah, it's actually leaving streaming relatively soon. It had the little insignia on Netflix that it's leaving stream. Oh, well, it's worthwhile. It's a worthy movie of it's a worthwhile one to own. I'll say that 5 times fast. Dang it! But I love this movie. This is great. It was pleasant. I was very pleased to watch this again.
And Kyle.
Well, hey, Bill, I'm sorry to kind of trump your kind of possible old joke. This movie literally came out the exact same year I was born. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah. But,
hey.
This also, not only is this a 1990 movie, this came out around literally the same time as the first Home Alone. So, you know, talk about, like, weird kind of juggernauts of movies kind of colliding together in the box office.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, so I actually have quite a bit of history with this movie. I have seen this movie multiple times. In fact, sorry to spoil the surprise, I fucking love the shit out of this movie so much. This movie is a 10 out of 10 in my eyes. I've seen this movie several times, and in fact, I've actually read the book all the way through. I was actually kind of surprised with the differences between the book and the movie, where I feel like the book is a little extra brutal in certain ways that the movie isn't, but the movie is also a little extra brutal in the ways that the book isn't. I think they both stand alone as very damn good pieces of entertainment. The book's a damn good read. It's a little extra brutal. In fact, like, the book is, in fact, like, quite a bit extra, like, more gory, and the ending to the book isn't as, like, kind of, like, Hollywood ending-ish as the movie, where, like, the book's still, like, no, there's still a little bit of, like, there's still a bit of, you know, shittiness left in this, where the movie's just like, oh, no, he's good, and, like, he's moved on to a better thing that's gonna help him in his life, where the book's still like, oh, no, oh, shit, and, yeah, just like Bill has said, unfortunately, our ever so lovable character, Paul, fortunately gets addicted to opioids, and that also fucks him up. But I've seen this movie multiple times. I first saw it when I was around, I think, 16 or 17. My mom introduced me to it because she was quite a big of a fan of it. I remember first hearing about it, like, for the first time ever when I was about 14 or 15. my oldest brother and my mom were talking about it, because I think he found the movie on DVD, and he was like, oh yeah, that movie, it's the one where the typewriter and like she holds the guy captive and blah blah blah, and I was like, what is this? And then like I didn't know about this, and then a couple of years later I introduced myself to it. My mom was like, oh, you should watch this, it's really good, Kyle. And I'm like, okay. And lo and behold, I fell in love with it.
That's awesome.
I'm glad, because I know you right away when you saw that this won the poll, you wanted to join us, which I'm glad.
Oh yeah. Oh, of course.
So I should do the plot summary of this movie.
Please.
Yes,
I'm no
please.
Ken, but I will do it anyway. So due to him following bad habits, like smoking and writing books in one place where everybody knows where you're at when you finish the book, so a stalker can find you, we are introduced to Paul as he finishes his new book and is on his way to drive from Colorado to New York, because planes don't exist in this world. And he gets into a bad crash, and his helpful nurse, in quotations, is ready to make sure he never checks out.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
Nice. You have a little tag at the end. Never checks out. That's good.
I didn't write it
Snark
down
in
either.
there.
Yeah,
You didn't even write that down? You just off
I
the
don't
dome?
write it down.
GG, Mike. Holy shit.
Everything I do is
Go.
off the cuff. Even my freaking job, which is all talking, is off the cuff for the most part. So it's just who I am. I mean, when you podcast this many times, you get really good at just off the cuff talking.
Yeah. I plan nothing. Fantastic.
Like I kind of want to be I kind of want to be a radio DJ sometimes. Not going to happen, but every so often I go, that'd be kind of fun.
I know that feeling, Mike. I know that feeling all
I'd be
too
good at
well.
it. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, so as I was saying before, I had seen this movie, but like I did not know he crashed. I did not remember that. I just knew he ended up in the house, and I knew he got to meet a sledgehammer, but I thought his legs got broken by the sledgehammer, not his feet.
No, it's just this. Yeah. Oh my gosh,
Yep.
what a scene.
Ugh.
Let's. So you talked a little bit about the differences between the book and the movie, and again, the ending is different. It is quite different. But other than that, it's pretty close. Again, other than the addiction piece of it. What was everyone's favorite? I mean, you really can't talk about this movie without talking about Kathy Bates' performance. She won an Academy Award for this.
This is also one of the few horror movies to get a goddamn Oscar. So hell yeah!
Yep.
Like this is in that history.
Indeed, she is extremely good in this.
Yeah.
What was everyone's reaction to Miss Bates on this?
I
watch?
love Kathy Bates so much. In fact, I'm gonna say I'm gonna be the weirdo here. I'm her number one biggest fan, except I wouldn't do what her character did to poor Paul over there. I would just simply say like, "Hi, Kathy, I'm a huge fan of yours. You're amazing. You're such a good actress." And then I don't know, buy her a coffee or something. Like, holy shit. I thought she was fucking impeccable in this movie. Like, man, if there was anybody that ever actually deserved the Oscar, she did. Like, she just destroyed that performance. She was incredible.
Totally. I don't know who she was up against that year. I can look that up real quick.
In a movie with Lauren Bacall, somehow she outacted Lauren Bacall. That's amazing.
That's really good. That's a good point. Super good point.
And Phoebe, how'd you feel about her acting?
Oh, I think she's absolutely phenomenal in this. I mean, she's very beautiful. She definitely feels like a character who's out of time. And Kathy does such a good job of portraying that. And then we can't talk about her performance without talking about like the last 10 minutes or 20 minutes of the film, because her character kind of has a switcheroo.
Yep.
When he burns the manuscript, it's like, I don't want to say that the mask is removed, because the fact of the matter is, what we see throughout this movie is what Annie Wilkes is like when she is sane. It just so happens that she is crazy from the get-go. But she's so anti-swearing, so old-fashioned. Yeah. And the way that Kathy flips it at the end, where she starts screaming cocksucker and trying to kill him so vehemently, is just, it feels so good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It really feels like she's playing two different characters, played by two different actresses, but she pulls both roles so well.
Yes, she does. I mean, it is an amazing role in here. I mean, it's very much shows because she's manic depressive and bipolar, a few other conditions.
Definitely schizophrenic.
Yeah, schizophrenic.
You could apply to it. and all those fit in there because paranoia becomes a big thing with schizophrenic too.
Yep.
But like, the fact that like she plays it so well with the different personalities, like it is very well done. And this movie is really just two people in a room for a majority of the movie.
Oh yeah.
Or a house, I should say. Like, there's not a lot of scene not in that house, and most of them are in that room.
Yep.
It really does feel like, and I noticed it more on this watch through, is that this is a play that's shot like a movie.
Mm-hmm.
How scenes end and dissolve, the camera angles, and the type of writing that's being used feels more like something that you would see on a stage play than on a film set.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that's a really, really good point. This was actually turned into a play back in, let's see.
Like 2015 or so with Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
And Laurie Metcalf, like fucking Aunt Jackie, of all people to play Annie Wilkes. Fuck yes. Like, hello. Yes, please.
And
Pretty
we're
great.
giving not enough love to James Caan as
James Caan.
James Caan as Paul.
Oh, yeah, James Caan-
The big thing I know him from is
No.
Elf, and now
Fucking
watching
James
this, I'm like,
Caan
are they the
is-
same character?
Yeah, James Caan is amazing in this movie. He's also fantastic. Like, I can't give enough praise to him. He's amazing in this.
I mean, yes, he spends most of the movie in bed, but he still does a very good job acting without a lot of material.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he doesn't have a lot of room to work either, which makes his performance all the more interesting and nuanced.
He's allowed his head, his facial movements, and one arm for most of the movie.
Yep.
Basically, that's about the size of it. And yet I love how manipulative he is. How he's always trying to outsmart Annie, and he does such a nice job of balancing out the trying to play to her psychosis, to her issues in this self-preservation, and he's always active in his own self-preservation. One of the saddest scenes, I think, is when she spills the wine that he laces with the days and weeks and months worth of sleep of pills of that he's stored up is heartbreaking. So then it's on to plan B, which is just to write the book.
Yep.
All right, I'm just gonna have to write this book and bide my time and figure it out. But yeah, he is extraordinary in it with limited space to work, with limited resources. He knocks it out of the park as well. All the acting is great, and there's only really, again, 4 principal actors, so we might as well talk about the round out. And yes, by all means.
There's the sheriff. I don't know his name.
Richard Farnsworth.
Richard Farnsworth, and the wife who's also working for the county, Frances Sternhagen, who I also love.
And they are adorable together. They feel
yes,
like
they are. They're so cute. Oh my god!
What an absolute joy of a couple. I really enjoyed them as just one of my favorite lines is "There's that spice again."
Yeah, exactly.
There's that spice again. I love
in
it.
this car, you're my deputy, not my wife.
Well,
There are a few moments, yes.
Yeah, and of course, for those who are fans of 80s sitcoms, you might recognize Frances Sternhagen as Cliff's mom from Cheers.
Oh, I did not recognize. Well,
oh, gotcha.
Yep.
Seen a lot of Cheers, but
no,
not also been years. So, Phoebe, I was thinking about you while watching this movie. Do you ever have days where you guys go to work and it looks like that outside in the middle of nowhere?
Okay, Mike, you make that joke, but remember 2 years ago I had like a major rollover incident into a ditch.
I do.
And
Jesus Christ.
the beginning of this movie did not help with
I'm sorry,
not
Phoebe.
activating the flashbacks to that.
I'm
Fair.
sorry.
I mean, hey, to be fair, at least this guy wasn't drinking like your driver was.
God.
What a fucking idiot that guy was.
Yeah.
Whoa, I don't know the story, but okay.
No, some guy she used to work with.
I allowed one time somebody to drive me home from work. One time.
Ugh.
It was like snowing the entire way. He was not comfortable with driving in snow. Before we even left town, he was just like, "Can I buy a drink?" I was like, "Sure." And he goes, "Are you okay with me drinking the drink?" And I went, "Fuck
Jesus.
you're not touching the drink." But then, right outside of the town that I live in, he decides that it'd be really intelligent, driving practically on black ice, to try and hit 80 and pass a semi.
What? Oh my gosh.
That's why I thought of you.
And then when we
Yikes.
went into the ditch, and thankfully did not get hit by the semi. We ended up upside down. I crawled out, proceeded to just walk away, didn't talk to police, didn't wait for police or anything, because in my mind I was like, 1, there's a kid waiting at the apartment. 2, there's a cat waiting at the apartment, and I need to give that cat his insulin shot. And 3, if I stay near this person for like 5 minutes, the police will be arresting somebody because a murder will happen.
Yeah, that's so scary. I'm so sorry to happen to you. That's terrifying.
Good old Nebraska, huh, Phoebe?
Nebraska.
Yeah, I mean, I have stories about Nebraska too that I can't completely talk about, but that's a state where I'm like, every time. So, makes me chuckle.
Yikes.
And every time you come to mind, Phoebe, every time I get something happen with Nebraska for my work, I'm like, oh, Phoebe.
I have never actually seen the deputy, the wife, in anything else. I don't think. I mean, I've watched a lot of Cheers, so probably have seen her in that. And going through her IMDb, the only other thing I recognize is also a Stephen King movie. She is in The Mist.
Oh, The Mist.
I have never seen that.
Oh, The Mist is good, but The Mist is crazy at the end.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. It's a tricky one.
The Mist is so good. Holy crap.
I know the ending,
great.
I think, or The Fog. I know one of those movies, the ending. I don't remember which one is which, but that's neither here nor there. But I do want to see that someday. Isn't that a John Carpenter movie, too?
No.
Or is that The Fog?
No, you're thinking The
so.
Thing. No, the
Fog.
Fog is the one that's John Carpenter.
Oh, yeah, The Fog.
Sorry, I got confused which one is which.
You're good.
I mean,
Understandable.
we've done a few Stephen King movies now, so that's why I was excited to get this one knocked out, too, because this is technically a Stephen King and a Rob Reiner film, which both we have done from that director before, so it goes on 2 different lists for me. So it makes me happy. I mean, this movie is very suspenseful and shot very well that I could really appreciate now. Like, the scenes when, at one point, he does get the bobby pin and he's trying to unlock the door and get out, and, like, the way they go back and forth, showing her coming to the house, she drops the paper, and he's trying to rush back in, like, it's shot very well and edited very well.
Yeah,
It makes it feel like it's all at the same time.
Yeah, the tension in this is absolutely extraordinary. The fact that the scenes that could seem a little drawn out to maybe modern viewers, I think they're still beautiful and gorgeously done.
I do too.
Especially as he's creeping around the house in his wheelchair, trying to piece together the stories and the situation. It's remarkable how tense. And that scene when she's on her way back to get the paper, the correct paper, because the other paper. And by the way, don't be so upset there, Annie. He showed you it smudges. There's a reason.
Yeah,
He wasn't trying to be persnickety, you know. He's a writer, and he's
to quote Annie in that scene. I know that, Mr. Man.
I know that, Mr. Man.
Yeah, whatever happened to her original husband?
He left.
Yeah, did he?
Yes,
He left in a
the
body
book,
bag.
They say he got away.
Yeah.
Or in the YouTube videos I watched, okay, I didn't read the book. I did watch I found like 3 different, like 30-minute long YouTube videos that really break down this movie and the books and things.
Oh, sure.
It was very interesting.
A classic.
I was kind of
Totally.
impressed.
No, this is a classic. And but I think it's just a masterclass in tension and how to build tension in a scene. It's really, again, extraordinary how good Rob Reiner directs tension. And he's not a director that's known for like really tense stuff. I mean, you know, he's got his moments, but he's not like someone who's known to be known for this, you know. And
no, of course.
He directs this to a T.
Yeah, that's so. If people in the audience out there have never seen this movie and are, you know, wondering why are they jumping around so much, this movie is an hour and 40 to an hour and 50 minutes of pretty much 2 characters in a room.
Yep.
This guy who is an author is saved after a blizzard flips his car over, his bad driving and all that. Annie Wilkes, played by Kathy Bates, saves him and goes, I'm your biggest fan. And from there, we just go off to the races of he was up in Colorado or so writing a new book that isn't part of a series that she loves called the Misery series. And instead he was writing something based off of more of like his childhood.
Yep.
Street Kids and stuff.
Street Kids, yeah.
Yep.
In which we slowly watch Kathy Bates' character go more and more nutso, to put it nicely.
Yeah.
Yep.
So when we jump around and everything, you have to understand that this is a movie that is a very simplistic plot, but what we are What you are here for are character moments and long built out tension having payoff.
Yes. Yeah, and this is a movie where we could, you could go beat by beat, but it's really, and we don't really do that on the show anymore.
We don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
I kind of miss those days a little bit, not gonna lie.
There are days where it makes sense, and for this one, I don't think it does. Because,
no, I agree.
Like I said, the movie is about these slow, tense movements. The movie can feel at times like it's being drawn out and that you could probably cut 30 minutes from it, but you shouldn't.
No, you shouldn't.
You should not
Don't touch this movie at all.
Yeah.
The editing is fucking intense.
Yeah,
you should not know how much time has passed because that is how he himself feels.
Wants you to... Yeah, exactly.
Because he doesn't
Plus,
know.
like, you can tell that Rob Reiner, when directing this and wanting to direct this, like, the guy studied Alfred Hitchcock because this movie is just Alfred Hitchcock in space.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, my God.
Rear Window, isn't it?
Yes,
yep.
it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
It's very much
100% agree. 100% agree.
Well for that. I mean, this whole movie, like, it could feel slow at times, but it's so I watch this in between stuff happening.
It never felt slow to me.
Over the course of 2 days. It didn't feel slow to me either, other than I was interrupted sometimes. I was irritated. Like, I gotta pause this now and do my real stuff. That was a me problem, not...
Yeah.
No, of course, okay.
It wasn't the movie's fault. But, like, just saying that, like, this movie could feel slow to people, like Bill had brought up earlier. But, no, it flows really well. Like, it is not boring. Yep. It's intense. It's not as intense as Strangers, which I'm okay with. Because that movie made me freaking just like... movie. I was not okay watching... That's a great movie, but I was not okay watching that movie.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
But you could draw some light parallels to it because, again, we're talking about a very limited scope. We're talking about, the paranoia. We're talking about obsession. I don't know. You can draw a parallel or two to that lovely Strangers movie.
It's and torture and freaking someone out. Like most of this movie is mind games. But there's just so many little touches to this movie that you don't have to catch, and the movie is still good. Like I did not catch that she was a serial killer. Completely. Like, you see the newspaper clipping. They never actually say she's a serial killer. You just see the newspaper clipping.
You have to pay attention.
And then he makes when she does confront him at one point, she's like, "Oh, you saw my memory. You might be wondering now." And yes, I thought she did murder some people, but it didn't really click to me until later. When oh God, she's killed like 30 some people over the years,
especially babies.
Yeah, infants.
Yeah, that's the fun part is that when he is slipping through memory lane, and
literally called memory lane.
I love that's called memory lane. It's great. Is the fact that for a few of them, you are given the chance to read it before it switches back to the camera and flipping over to the next page. But as somebody in nowadays who has the ability to rewind and pause a movie with the push of a button on a streaming service, Rob gives us those moments where we can read it without having to pause and stuff. But every single shot of memory lane has at least one death description in it. Yep. Even if it's the most tiniest side note obituary to the far right, almost cut off by the camera, it's there.
Yeah.
And she's been like this, it turns out, from the beginning. When she was a little kid, she took her dad out.
Yeah, she killed her dad, she killed her coworkers. Like, Jesus Christ.
But she followed the important method. You get your kills, and then you get the fuck out of town and go somewhere else.
Yep.
Like, she went to the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, to the middle of nowhere.
Because they're not gonna figure it out there, especially if you stop killing for a while, like she does. So just the part of it's the irony, like that she happened to find him, but also she was stalking and knew that he went there every time he finished a book. So she still happened to him by chance, but not a very good chance. Technically she did save his life. If she wouldn't have found him, he would have died.
Yes, but it wasn't really by chance though, because she was following him because she knew he was writing a new book, and she knew she stayed at the hotel, and she was actively stalking him. So it wasn't completely by happenstance. She admits at a certain point, she's like, "Well, I was following you." This is before this is before he realizes the true intentions and just thinks she's a kindly person who he just lucked into being a fan. No, Paul. This is all bad.
Yep, she's a fucking mental case.
Ain't great. Yeah, so this is a happy accident for her. And by the way, not for nothing, but that car, I'm not a big car person, but that 65 Mustang is just so
Yep.
pretty.
Or they
So
that car
beautiful.
got taken out.
I know.
Bad, too. That car
There's
got
that
fucked
one.
up.
Yeah, it did. That one scene where they're making the announcement after finding it. They're like, pulling it out from the wreckage. It's like, oh, that's a poor thing. Someone can restore it.
No kidding.
Oh, so pretty. But yeah, it's all very terrifying. And even the opening is so good as he's just kind of listening to his radio, driving back from Colorado, going through his process. I still appreciate all that stuff that happens. It's really, really great. And again, I think you also hit on something, Kyle, too, how great the editing is in this movie. The editing is top notch.
Oh yeah, totally.
All of it's just really, really sensational.
And the fact that the DOP of this movie is fucking Barry Sonnenfeld, who, like, whoa, that dude was actually just about to explode in, like, popularity. Like, that guy went on to do the Addams Family movies and fucking all this other cool shit. Like, man, that's amazing.
Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of quality people behind the scenes on this one, and it definitely shows in the final product.
Oh yeah,
what was everyone's most
so well done.
What was everyone's most tense moment in a movie full of tense moments?
The first kind of unveiling of, like, Annie actually being really fucked up when after she reads the Misery, reads the Misery book, and, like, it's late at night, and she just enters his room and it's just like, you dirty birdie, and it's like, oh fuck. And then just the camera work of that to make Kathy Bates look super tall and menacing and imposing, like, holy shit, Jesus.
Yeah, all from his point of view.
And then she grabs that little mini, like, plant table and fucking smashes it into the wall. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's wild.
I have two.
Okay.
The lesser option is to pick the first time that it rains.
Yeah.
Where he's...
Oh, yeah.
She's just got the gun, and she's like, the rain always makes me feel so down. I might load this. And that's all you get, and then she drives off. But then the other one is the first time that he escapes the room, and just that long tension of when is she coming back? I have the bobby pin. Oh no, the penguin. Like the penguin figurine almost falling.
He forgets it, and just, holy shit.
Yeah. And we have to know that she automatically knew that he was out of the room. But at this point, she's giving him the benefit of a doubt. Oh,
she couldn't prove it.
Yeah. Fool me once, but I'll play nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you did it again? Now I have to confront you about it. And oh god, that scene is so brutal.
Yeah. The hobbling scene when she takes out his feet. Oh,
it's so much more brutal than I remembered it being, because I didn't remember the first time. We only ever get 2 shots at most.
And it's just the one leg
that
gets shown on camera, and it's fucking gnarly.
We only get to see the feet, and so twice throughout practically the entire film.
Right.
And the first time, it's when she reveals how bad the accident was. And his feet are like twice the size of a normal human foot because they are so inflamed and purple.
Yep.
And then when she finally does the hobbling scene, they are healed. He is about ready to what? Nope.
Yep. Yeah. That was the thing that really struck me this time with that scene. And I've seen that scene, you know, that's a classic scene in movies. So I've seen that a bunch. But the fact that they're almost better, they look like normal human feet. And she is about to just wreck destruction on this poor man's feet. So challenging, so hard to watch. But that's what makes it beautiful.
Another scene that always scared me. Another scene that always scared me too was in the process of that hobbling scene. There's a scene where Paul took a knife from the kitchen and he hides it, and then he's just like, he's in bed again, and it's a little late at night, and then he looks over at the door, and it looks like Annie's about to enter the door, but she doesn't, and then he's just like, I'll see you in the morning, and he falls asleep, and he wakes up and there's a thunderstorm, and she's just in the room staring at him, and then as he wakes up, she quickly injects a needle into him, knocks him out, and then just holy shit, that scene made me jump and make a sound the first time I saw that. I was like, oh fuck, holy shit, just
Yeah,
God.
the scenes of just dropping all, of pretense.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stab you now.
Yeah. Yeah, here's a
Yep.
needle full of drugs. Like, I know what you've been doing. Here you go. Just injecting it into you.
I mean, she was a high-level nurse. Like, she knew what she was doing. I mean, I did find it funny how much stuff she stole from the hospital.
Yeah.
I was thinking that, like, wow, you stole a lot. But to be fair, you can't. I mean, this is the 90s. You could have gotten away with it a lot easier.
Yeah.
So, it's fair. I get it. Stuff wasn't as counted as well. Wasn't as...
Sure.
Because, like, essentially the drug she's giving him is opium, but opium wasn't as controlled in the 90s as it is now.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. After watching The Pit so much, I think you could still pull it off.
I mean, you can still, but it's not like what it was in the 90s and even in, like, the 2010s. I can unfortunately speak too well
where there's actual, like, opioid crises. Like, I'm not trying to sound like some... No, I mean, there is. That's why I'm saying, like, there is now. Like, it wasn't recognized as a fucking crisis back in the 90s.
No. But, I mean, like, it's... So that was another thing I thought about, how she's getting him addicted to the drug. And, I mean, again, I guess because I was watching YouTube, a lot of this movie is Stephen King was going through addiction, so he was showing what addiction does.
And that's where that comes into the book, where, like, oh, man, the book goes so brutally hard into that whole thing of addiction. Like, and the fact that Annie is pretty much a representation of his addiction, too. Like, because, like, that's something that Stephen King always talks about with the book version of this, is that, like, Annie is my addiction,
Yep. It's a big part of the movie, of the book, for sure.
Yep.
And I think it's interesting they didn't go that route. And I think it's good for the movie.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to go that route. As interesting as I think as it makes the book, I think it's just one of those things where the natural tension of the situation is more than enough.
They make
without
it different enough.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And that's impressive. That this movie really can stand on its own.
Yep.
And that's most Stephen King stuff.
Yeah, of course. Mm-hmm.
Well, Stephen King does not have the greatest track record as far as movie adaptations go.
There are good Stephen King things, and then there are bad ones, and
for every 1408 you get a Sal.
I haven't seen the bad one, for the record. Most of the ones I've seen
every Shawshank Redemption or The Misery or hell, I even I might get some blowback on this, but I think it's a pretty decent adaptation for what it is. For every Cujo, you'll get like the Tommy Knockers, and it's CG and awful and boring, and you'll get like
Dreamcatchers.
Oh God, Dreamcatcher! This shit monster.
Carrie 2. And
Carrie! Hey! Carrie 2 fucking rules. You watch it.
Okay, how about every Children of the Corn that's not the original Children of the Corn?
Right, there you go.
All the Children of the Corn suck. Like all
I like that original one.
But it's actually all written by him.
This is going to sound insane.
Okay.
And Ken is going to yell at me when he listens to this episode.
Mm-hmm.
But Stephen King has a penchant of attaching all of his stories to one another, be it the Dark Tower universe or the connected stories that relate to the shop or a number of different things. So whenever, and again, it's because I haven't read the book, Misery talking about how God himself was talking to her, my brain was instantly going, oh, that's Randall Flagg. And Ken, before you give me crap saying, of course it's not, fucking Randall Flagg is the stupid God in Children of the Corn. That's been confirmed.
Is it really?
Behind the Rose is Randall Flagg. So you can't give me crap because that one doesn't make any sense either. And that one is canon.
Yep.
I had no idea that one.
The only amount of praise I will give any of the Children of the Corn movies is that Part 3 has monster designs by Screaming Mad George, and Screaming Mad George fucking rules. That's it. That's the only thing I will say.
I have never seen past one.
And at least Children of the Corn 1 has Linda Hamilton, and Linda Hamilton rules.
I would not mind rewatching them. I actually own a collection of them.
Oh God!
Let's do it.
Yeah. I'll be on the episode. I'll be on the episode for Part 3.
I will be on any Stephen King episode.
I know. That's why you're here. Even with 2 hours of sleep.
Like here, I'll be really crazy. I think the Desperation TV movie with Ron Perlman is fantastic.
Hey, yeah, okay.
I've never seen it, so I can't comment.
I think it's really good. I also think Storm of the Century is phenomenal.
Once again, I'll go to bat for the adaptation of Cujo. Like, it may not be as like it may not be as like critically well loved as say The Shining or Misery, but like, man, Cujo has so much raw intensity in it that works so well, and it's just like there's no way in hell they could do an adaptation of it now unless they like CG the dog, because it's just like they had like for all the scenes where they had like switching around between like actual dogs and a person in a dog suit, it's just like, yeah, the movie actually is pretty fucking intense. Plus, not to mention the fact that like E.T., the mom from E.T. is the mom in that movie, and she's really fucking good in it. Like, holy shit, like the fact that like the little kid and the mom are such good actors in that movie and they bring out such good performances, it's just like, yeah, this may not be as well critically loved as other Stephen King adaptations, but it's still still a fucking good watch, you know?
I'll go to bat for Under the Dome for at least the first couple seasons.
No, of course. I remember that especially kind of blew up because that was like the next thing Dean Norris was in right after Breaking Bad ended.
Yes. It's right. You're right. Good call.
Yep.
That book and that show are so different from one another.
I know. They're so different.
But I think, to be honest, I think alien presences possessing people is probably a lot better than fourth dimensional alien toddlers don't know that their ant farm / video game system is actually affecting real creatures.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Under the Dome is a wild ride, Mike. With
it is.
100 main characters.
It's extremely long and extremely. It's one of those classic ideas. That's why I love, not to get to a Stephen King conversation, but why not? That's why I love Stephen King's short fiction more than his novels.
Oh yeah,
because he doesn't give himself the chance to do dumb things like that.
I've heard that from a lot of Stephen King fans that really much prefer his short fiction, and I totally get it. Because I mean, like there's some good shit in his short fiction. That's how we got stuff like The Mist, was just from his short
1408,
fiction.
Everything's Eventual, Autopsy Room 4.
And Shawshank Redemption. That's like, what, probably his, like, next to Misery, his most well-loved adaptation? Like, people fucking love Shawshank Redemption. Yeah, like, oh my god.
Oh my god, everybody go out and grab a copy of his short story collection, Nightmares and Dreamscapes.
Yes.
Yep.
That was my first one. That was the one I started my short story.
It's a good one to start with. Like,
that was my.
They have a band. Mm-hmm. They have a hell of a band. Will mess you up.
Yeah, that's a great one. I think isn't the Johnson that one as well?
No, the John's a lot older.
Yeah,
I remember Crouch End is in that one. That Feeling You Get in French is in that one,
which is good as well. Isn't that one also? Isn't that the one where with the story where someone finds a finger sticking out of the drain, which is so silly. I love how silly that is.
That became an episode of the new CreepShow.
Oh,
that was also really good too. New CreepShow.
Anyway, but back to this movie. I mean, it's hard not to talk about. But Stephen King is he is. He's iconic. Yeah, and Stephen King iconic. Stephen King has gotten his fair share of. People love Stephen King, of course, and that's not surprising.
No, of course.
But literary types, those who go to poetry readings and snap their fingers, will sometimes poo-poo the horror master.
I have been one of those.
Fuck them. It's the same thing with fucking Steven Spielberg. People who like go to film school like, Steven Spielberg actually is garbage, and I'm like, you shut your fucking mouth.
How do people think these silly little things?
Yeah, I know, they're fucking stupid. I don't know how you can watch Jaws and not think it's one of the greatest movies ever fucking created.
That movie's perfect.
It's perfect.
Yeah, that movie is
basically perfect.
That movie is a masterpiece. That is one of the greatest movies ever fucking created on film.
Yes.
I got to see it for its 50th anniversary on the big screen. It was so good.
Yeah.
So good.
What's up?
But were you in the water?
No, but I would go into the water.
The Alamo Draft
I can't do the water. I don't care if I'm in a dumb little floaty pool or whatever. Like, I can't see that movie in the water. I would fucking... They're like, he's in the water!
I get it.
I'd start screaming my head off.
I just feel like that's something Ken would do.
How can they say that the person who did Duel and
Yeah.
Raiders of the
Duel's
Lost
amazing.
Ark, and gonna get so much flack for this, the greatest Peter Pan movie ever created.
Yeah.
Hey,
Been a while.
I'm not the biggest fan of Hook, but I'll say that that movie got some shockingly great video game adaptations. So I'll go to bat on that,
And-
too.
oh,
I'm with you.
Even more
Jeez.
like stuff past the 90s. Catch Me If You Can and the
That's
Turn.
Oh, man, that movie rules.
fantastic.
Yeah. And fucking, like, that new movie he's doing that's coming out in, like, this year in the summer. Like, I'm so
Disclosure
fucking
Day
there.
looks good.
Looks good.
Oh, yeah. It
not
looks
the
so
best,
weird.
'cause
And,
when I
like,
first saw the trailer for that, I went, "Is this just Arrival again?"
no.
So, I have a question about Misery.
Yes, sir.
When he does poison her, because at one point throughout this movie you see him keeping the pills, and then he makes a little paper cup to put
Yeah.
the drugs in. Do you think
Yep.
part of I know part of the idea is they think that she knew that he poisoned the wine and that's why she tips it over? Do you think it was by accident or on purpose?
No,
Accident.
I think it was an accident.
Okay.
I think
Me
she was
too.
just
That's what makes it suck even fucking more. It's like, oh, god damn it, of course it's a fucking accident.
she was just a giggly little girl with her crush and just totally
Fair.
totally crushed on our boy there, and it was tragic. That's the one that just got me. So he has to play the long game and write the new book. Ugh,
I mean,
terrifying.
It's a good idea, and they do have the small scenes where you see him lifting up the typewriter because he's practicing.
Yeah, to
Yes.
lift.
Practice.
Yeah.
Oh, that is good.
Yep.
And it's done periodically enough that you might not pick up on what he's actually up to.
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
Yep, it's really good foreshadowing.
Oh, God.
Also, sorry, just random thing, but I just have to ask everybody's opinion who's
Please.
seen the movie. Like, does anybody else want to try that meatloaf a la Annie Wilkes? Like, it's basically just meatloaf, but apparently she adds a little bit of spam give it a little extra zip. Like, I kind of want to try that.
I
Hey,
don't think
Spam
Meatloaf
is
is
good.
good to begin with. So
Okay,
no.
Phoebe.
Yeah, I get
When
it.
you come
I-
up here someday in the year 2525, we're going to take you to the Spam Museum. And I'm not joking.
Listen,
Mike,
I'll get down with some
I'm
spam.
2. My taste buds are like not.
I didn't say you have to eat any Spam. I just want you to see
No.
the museum. That's all.
Well, if you spend any time in Hawaii, you will experience
Oh, yeah.
I know
the
about
length
spam.
and breadth of
Because,
spam
I mean,
culture.
they literally have, like, spam burgers at, like, McDonald's in Hawaii. So,
I can
like,
actually make some good recipes with Spam. One thing I used to cook quite often, which made me laugh, as she doesn't here, because she makes it with the breakfast. And I do that sometimes
Yeah.
for my wife. I'll make Spam and
Yeah,
eggs.
and
spam and eggs.
she did spam, eggs, she did some home fries. Like, I want to try that.
Spam is
I actually,
Not bad.
I
Get it
actually want to try Annie Wilkes' meatloaf. I want to try like
Yeah.
meatloaf with some spam added in it.
I'd
I
be
want to
into
see
that.
what that extra.
And there's a lot of
I
different
wanna see-
flavors of Spam, too, by the
Yeah.
way.
And I want to see what that extra zip is like because she says it gives it extra zip. Like,
It
okay,
does. I've been actually meaning to cook Spam again. Like, sometimes I cook Spam. I've cooked Spam and rice and, like, a vegetable. That turned out pretty good, but I don't cut it in the thin... Well, I cut it in the thin strips. I like to cube
No, of
it, but
course.
Tiff wanted it in the thin strips, and I crisp it. But no, it made
Yeah.
me laugh, because not often you see Spam in a movie, but it also
No, of
makes
course.
sense, because Spam would have been considered, is still, I think, considered a cheaper meat. Because it's,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
a meat, technically. I don't want to know what's in it, but it's a meat, technically.
It's
Yep.
it's
I don't even know where it came from.
Why would you
Yep.
want to care?
Yeah, exactly.
In Hawaii you can get spam sushi for breakfast.
yep, you can.
Very
You can.
popular. It's so good. It's ridiculous.
Hawaii loves spam.
Yep. There's cultural reasons for it too, but that's
No,
that's
of
neither
course,
here nor
yeah.
there. But yeah, no, it's I would be totally down. I love meatloaf. Actually, my wife makes
I'm not the biggest meatloaf person, but like I'd be still willing to try it.
She
Like,
makes a
there's stuff that,
killer
like,
meatloaf. Like it's
I
ridiculously
may
good.
not be a fan of a certain food, but I'll still try the food because I'm like, all right, it sounds interesting. Like, let's do it.
Yeah, meatloaf gets a bad rap. Really good meatloaf can be amazing. My wife makes a
Plus, for the longest time, it was known as a very cheap food because you could make a ton of it for very cheap. You only needed a little bit of ground beef, some cereal, like
breading.
cornflakes, and then fucking mix it together, spread it out, and there you go. You got meatloaf.
Well, my wife uses 3 types of meat in her meatloaf. She uses
Nice, okay.
Italian sausage, ground beef,
Ooh.
and I think ground
Ooh.
turkey because it's a little leaner. It's so good.
Yeah, okay.
It's awesome. It's
The only issue I'd ever see with something like that is that I probably have to cook it for a little extra longer because turkey is like so goddamn lean that like it takes forever to cook.
yeah. I think it's ground turkey as well. But the key for good meatloaf is Worcestershire sauce. You need a little
yeah.
bit of Worcestershire, and there you go. Anyway,
And Yeah, no, of course. Sorry.
No, you're fine. No, this is perfectly fine. This is on par for games my mom found. Diversion into meatloaf talk. I just, it's hard for me to hear meatloaf being besmirched. Not saying you were besmirching it.
No, he wasn't.
No, of course.
I mean, I don't like meatloaf personally.
She wasn't.
But that's because I didn't like my mother's meatloaf she used to make. It was always dry when I was a kid.
Yeah.
No, of course.
My wife makes decent meatloaf. She doesn't make it much, so I'm like, it's not one of the things I'm ever like, yeah, make meat. I'm like, okay, like it's not something I asked for, but I might have to go make Spam soon now after talking about this. I think I'm gonna cook some Spam.
Well, if you're a Spam, if you want to level up your Spam game or level up your breakfast meats that you have no idea from whence they came, try your hand at Scrapple. That stuff.
Ooh.
No, let's not get crazy here. Scrapple is like the stuff that's not good enough for Spam. And it's like this really thin, weird, textured meat stuff. I used to have to eat that a lot in Boy Scouts because our scout leaders were really into Scrapple, and they'd be like, "We're eating."
Disgusting.
It's very salty and
salty.
Okay, here's the thing. Scrapple is a savory pan-fried loaf made from pork scraps, offal, like liver, heart, and head, and cornmeal or buckwheat flour seasoned with spices and formed into a semi-solid block, originating from German immigrants in the Mid-Atlantic, especially Pennsylvania. So that makes sense.
Scrapple, that's a thing that exists on this planet. Yeah, you don't need to. That's not something. I mean, my Scoutmasters had a weird thing where you had to like eat weird things to prove your manliness. It was very strange. It was like, we're gonna eat Scrapple now, and it's like, okay, can I just have a pancake? Is that okay?
Yeah.
I mean,
weird Scout people.
Okay, so I learned something new that I didn't need to know. So all right, I'll take it.
Hey, listen, what can I say? I'm here to educate and sometimes nauseate with my random Boy Scouting East Coast meat product knowledge.
No, of course. Plus, I wanted to bring that up because I'm like, I'm really curious if anybody would like be willing to try that. Because like the way Annie described that when they're having the dinner, I'm like, I kind of want to try that.
There's got to be a recipe out there somewhere. Annie's special meatloaf.
I know for the kill count video,
I don't know if I want to type that in.
Misery for the series The Kill Count on YouTube done by the channel Dead Meat. James was like, "Hey Babish, get on that." And I'm like, I'd watch a binging with Babish video on how to make meatloaf Annie Wilkes. Like, I'd watch that.
A la Annie.
Good old binging with Babish.
Yeah, of course.
I love it.
By the way, I found the recipe. If you want it, I'll post it in the chat.
Hey, nice.
Hey, throw it in as a link to the show notes.
Yeah, exactly. Please do.
Well, if I remember, yes. But yeah, you can make it. It's online. You just have to search Annie Wilkes' iconic Misery meatloaf from the film.
Optional, a
Misery
splash of hot sauce or quote-unquote misery sauce.
Hot sauce, okay.
Oh, it has
if I'm going to do a sauce
black pepper Spam. Ooh, fancy.
Ooh.
I don't even, as a guy who's been to the Spam Museum, Spam Museum 3 times, I don't even know what
Why
black
are you
pepper Spam
proud
is.
of this?
And I was gonna say the Spam Museum. Look, I like a good tourist trap. I like.
I'd go to the Spam Museum
only if there was literally nothing else better to do. Like if there was.
I have went there for reasons. The first time was because I didn't know it existed, and my mother-in-law wanted to go. The second time we were in the area, so I said, "Hey, let's stop by on our way home," because it was on the way home. The third time was because we told my mother-in-law we would take her again, and I wanted to stop at a really good barbecue place near the Spam Museum that actually did have really good barbecue food.
Yeah,
called,
Mike,
like,
live
it was
your
Blue
truth. You
Piggy or
don't have to
something.
make up excuses for why you
No,
went 3 times.
All these things are true. But the funny thing is, when I went to the Spam Museum the third time, I had to go to the bathroom right away, so they come out and they greet you like, "You're hi," and I just went right to the restroom. Like, "Oh, I guess you don't." I've been here before. It's fine. Like, I need to go to the restroom. I don't have time to sit here and be like, "Oh, where are you from?" and what they do. It was just funny
People
though.
who have tried hard drugs have less of a backstory than you have given for like
no kidding.
visiting
Wow.
the Spam Museum. Like it's not.
Why
okay.
It's also
Why
free.
did you do hard drugs? I don't know. I just want to try it. Why did Mike go to the Spam Museum? Well, there was these 3 times where this one time I took
My
my
mother-in-law.
mother-in-law, and then the second one we were going to go to the barbecue restaurant next to the Spam Museum, but I stopped by anyway. And the third time I really had to go to the bathroom. Like, holy shit! Wow.
My man took us on a journey.
There's a museum of science up there.
But it's actually pretty cool. But yes, I've never seen black pepper Spam there. I've seen all the other different. I actually have bought and cooked many different kinds of Spam.
Ooh.
Please tell me there's a museum
A
of
Spam
science up there.
saucier.
A museum of what, Phoebe?
Yeah.
Science.
There's a science museum here too.
Oh, thank God! I
Yeah,
know
there's
where I'm
tons of
going
different
while
science
you go to the
museums.
spam museum.
Well, there's a lot of stuff in Minnesota that once you finally
Yeah,
get up
cool
here,
town.
you will be a happier Phoebe. You guys will both have a better life.
Yeah.
You and Rumi.
Yeah. There's all sorts
And
of
when I say
cool,
Rumi,
like,
I mean
stuff.
R-U-M-I, Rumi. 'Cause that's her name now.
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh, that's literally her name. Okay, gotcha.
That's what I call her.
No,
'Cause
no, Mike's just being a smart ass because he's going up, up, up. It's our no.
I haven't heard that song in a while, actually. So, another thing I want to bring up, because I'm watching the movie, when he almost drops the penguin and he puts it in the wrong way.
Position, yep.
I mean, one, she doesn't flip on it as quick as I thought she would, but also it's like, maybe you should look and go, wait a second, all these are the, but I get it.
Yeah.
But then when someone lives
that's what I said
alone,
earlier.
you get, I didn't hear that. When you live alone, you get like that. Like, you know where everything is, you know where everything you left it is.
Yep.
You just do. And I've been in that situation before when I lived alone in an apartment when I didn't have any cats. Now, hell, something could be in one spot. I'll come home and it could be on a different floor. And I'd be like, well, don't know how that happened, but probably a cat.
Yeah, no. I think she gave him the benefit of the doubt the first time. Like, oh, he wanted to explore the house. I get it. But then the second time something goes missing and everything's moved. Nope.
Well, when he took the knife, I mean, I don't know how he thought she wouldn't notice a knife missing. Like, come on now. Like, that's an obvious thing to be misplaced when there's an open spot for it. Because the knife, you have your basket of knives and you have the spot. So you're going to notice an empty spot.
I agree with that.
So, I mean, you want to take a knife from a drawer that might not be as noticeable if they have knives in a drawer, but a knife from a knife block, for me, for example, I do the dishes, and if a knife block is missing, like, oh, it must be in the dishes pile. But, like, I know it's missing. I see it. Like, your eyes are going to go to that. So, I get it. He's a man in a wheelchair trying to fight a woman that wants to kill him, but it was something I thought about.
Yep.
Because apparently I think too much about situations that hopefully will never happen to me.
Same. Well, Mike, I have something to tell you. I'm your number one fan.
Ron.
Run, he goes, run. Run.
I'm waiting for someone to be like, to recognize me in person. I'm waiting.
Meanwhile, Kyle's like, yes, run. It makes the meat more tender.
Yeah, exactly. It'll tucker you out, and you'll be all nice and loose, and it'll be delicious.
Why did that make me think of
The
Thanksgiving?
fact that I just made Phoebe cackle makes me. The fact that I just made Phoebe cackle makes me so happy. Like, oh my god, I did it.
I thought of the murder scene of Thanksgiving when you put her in the oven.
Achievement earned.
I did not
exactly.
like that scene.
Well, that way, after I put you in the oven, you'll be nice and extra crispy.
Hey, if I'm dead, that's fine. I don't need it anymore.
No, I mean, I could care less. This would be so out of left field, but I'm gonna go for it anyway because I think we've exhausted our misery conversation. You just said that you said you don't mind being put in an oven, Mike. Basically, upon your demise.
If I'm dead.
If you're dead, yeah. Of course, this is all assuming that you have died of natural causes. You've lived a long.
Oh, you can shoot me in the head if I'm going in the oven either way. Just get it over with quicker.
Just boom.
That's all.
Right. Agreed. But I have a serious, and this may sound like gallows humor, but I may have mentioned this before. When I pass, I've told my wife this, and she is, the fact she's still with me after saying this is a miracle on its own.
Yeah, she loves you.
She does. I would like to be shot out of a cannon upon my demise.
Wow.
This is
As ash or like a corpse? Like, what way would you?
No. My body, my actual being. I want to be shot out of a cannon, but
okay.
I don't want it to be like really messy because I want to be shot out of a cannon over like a canyon. Like I want to go on a trip.
Yeah, okay.
So you want to be like Wrath of Khan, where you put a torpedo and shot out into
Yes,
space.
exactly. Okay. I'm going to be put in some sort of torpedo because I don't want to make a mess. I don't want to make like a big mess for people. I don't want to like people have to Gallagher themselves when they go to my funeral. Like that'd be kind of gross.
Yeah.
So, and my only stipulation when you shoot me out of the cannon is I want to have played over a loudspeaker of some sort. Wee. Me going wee. And I can make this happen very easily. I have the technology to make myself go wee.
Don't worry, we're all living on ships because Trump started World War III. It won't be hard to find a cannon to shoot you out of because we'll all be in ships and the land is all polluted with nuclear reactions.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Exactly.
So that's good. I am now.
But Bill, if someone does get splashed by your innards, it's like SeaWorld. It's good luck.
Well, yeah, I see, but that's the thing. I can't imagine like my loved ones, anyone who wants to come by or any passerby. My funeral will be available to the public. Anyone can swing by and check out me going wee over a canyon. They are more than welcome.
Is it bad that as soon as Kyle said that, the visual in the brain was of Bill being shot out of a cannon straight into the open mouth of Shamu.
Listen, if you want to apply some creative license to my demise, then you are more than welcome to. My only stipulation is shot out of a cannon with me going wee. That's it. That's, any other zhuzhing you want to do is more than fine. That's totally fine.
Not what I expected to come out. You know, we had a couple conversations I did not expect from this movie.
Yeah, see,
Spam was one of them. So was
Spam.
Hey.
Spam, entertaining ways to have an end of life celebration.
And Meatloaf.
And Meatloaf.
Yeah.
One of these bring out.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, another thing I want to mention, like when the sheriff does come and then she shoots him in the back.
Oh, holy shit!
The fact that nobody knew and he's the only freaking cop in town, like it's gonna take a little
that's
while to
also
figure
just
out.
like, God, I feel so fucking terrible for Frances Sternhagen. No, she's
because
so
she lost her
sad.
husband. She won't even know it because I'm pretty sure that body's gone.
Well, no, but even then too, like, I mean, Paul will tell her. We'll have to tell her.
Yeah,
If
Like,
he got out. Yes, he did.
because he does gets out. Well, that's the thing. It's just like, I'm sure she or somebody will come to the house at some point and then find him, and then he will have to tell her that, like, I'm sorry, your husband's dead. Like, Annie killed her. Like, it killed him. Like, and it's just like, she's gonna be so sad, and that breaks my heart. I love Frances Sternhagen.
They're such good people, and
I know,
it's
they're so
sad.
cute. And also, sorry, this is just like the most random thing, but I just love it though. I love how old townsy the town is that, you know, that some of the residents live in the movie, because, like, I love that when Buster is investigating and he goes to the little the shop,
store?
the general store, and when he's talking to the clerk there, and he's talking about, like, paper and that sort of thing, he gets a Coca-Cola from the old-timey Coca-Cola cooler, you know, like, and it's like, it's so old-timey that all the Coca-Cola is in glass bottles, and there's a little opener. There's a little opener ridge on the side of the cooler where you put, like, you lean the bottle against the little thing, and then you force it, and then that's what pops open the lid.
Yep.
I love that.
Really charming.
So charming.
Extremely charming. Yes.
God, they still make glass bottles, and it's better.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do. You can buy them at Sam's Club too, by the way.
Oh yeah, you can.
It's called Coke de Mexico, but now it probably costs more than it used to.
It pisses me off that they call it Mexican Coke when it's like actual real Coke, and the U.S. stuff is the fake crap.
Yeah, well, because
but it's made in
Mexico
Mexico.
uses, like, real ingredients in a lot of their fucking, like, not only their food, but their junk food, too. Like they actually use real sugar, and they use, like, other actual real ingredients for their junk food.
In America, they have to make the most out of their dollar. How else are they going to be billionaires?
Yeah, exactly.
So I have a random question. That the state trooper that says that he's dead, that guy looked like somebody I recognize from the blacklist. I didn't look it up to see if that's the same guy. I'm assuming
You should
not.
check. Like, you should check, like, right now while we're
James Spader.
recording.
That's
Yeah,
his name.
like, just... Okay, okay.
I don't think that was James Spader, but I
don't think
don't
it was
think
either,
so.
but it looked like a James
It's
Spader, but not from the right year.
Yeah, no, of
Gotcha.
course.
So I'm pretty sure it wasn't him. No, it wasn't him. But it just made me think of him. He just kind of looked like him, but it would have been too... He looked like that in the 2000s, not in the 90s, because he was...
Gotcha. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But it just made me think of him. I also like that actor a lot, so that was...
He's done some really good work over the years.
Oh, yeah, of course.
No, I do like how the sheriff is the one that figures out, like, yeah, someone pulled him out of that car. He might be dead now, but somebody, like, and they don't even look to see, like, hey, there's something happened here. Like, there's an obvious.
And of course, when they first tried, there's too much fucking snow on the ground. It's not until after a couple weeks later, when, like, a lot of the first half of the snow melted, like, that they actually find the car.
But as a guy who watched 35 episodes of 48 Hours in the last 2 months. It makes sense that the cops in this movie don't investigate it, and it makes sense that Kathy Bates' character got off on those charges.
Yeah, of course.
Because she didn't admit to it, and sometimes, like, there's a case in 48 Hours where this woman was charged of killing a baby, and the only evidence they had is she admitted to it after 12 or 13 hours in a little room being interrogated. She finally said, fine, I did it, because they said, you can leave if you just tell us what we want to hear. You can leave.
Yeah.
They never said where you can leave to, but they said you can leave. She's like, I just want to go home.
Yeah, exactly.
So they pretty much but because she confessed, they're like, oh, good enough. There was zero evidence to tie her to the crime other than she was in the room.
Yeah.
There was no evidence to show she did it.
Yep.
There's no cameras, but because she admitted to it, she's fucked. So I was thinking to myself, like, same thing here, just you don't admit to shit. And,
Oh, yeah, of course.
And she works for Annie. She gets off because she's like,
That's why
I
they
ain't telling
always
you I did
say,
nothing.
that's why they always say, especially nowadays with protesting everything, shut the fuck up. Don't say anything.
I tell everyone that. Like,
Yep,
if you ever
shut
get in
the fuck
court, you just
Shut
don't.
the fuck
I
up.
told people, like, if you did something wrong at work and they start pulling you in the office and start asking you if you did things,
Shut
you
the
just
fuck
stay
up.
quiet and just
Yep.
quit or let them fire you, but don't go talking. Because if
Yeah.
they're talking to me, they don't have actual evidence.
Yep.
So that's usually what that means. They know, but they don't have evidence to prove it. So I've always been like, yeah. I'll never forget when I worked at FedEx and the guy's like, yeah, leave the door unlocked all the time. And I'm like,
Jesus
don't you
Christ.
ever open your mouth again and tell anybody. Hey, he got fired anyway, I heard later on. I'm assuming for the same thing, but I was like, I'm only here telling you, this ain't my store. You're my closer. I don't want to close every night, so we're not going to have this conversation. Like, just don't ever do it again, I said. I'm like, call me. I will come to the store if you forgot your keys. I don't care. I will drive down the 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like, don't that. So, yeah, I'm assuming
You left the
that's what
store
happened.
unlocked?
The back door, a hallway of other retail stores. In like a shopping,
Oh.
like a
Oh god.
strip mall, let's say.
No.
So, but the alarm went off only once because of wind. Otherwise, he said he did it many times. The alarm never went off. But the one time the alarm went off, I had to go check, obviously. I never had the cops with me. I'm like, yeah, there's nobody here. You can go.
I'd be a terrible criminal. I would just be a nervous Nelly. Bob, 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 bob.
Sitting there like, hi guys.
Like,
That
I'm
was a big
sorry.
store, too. It's a big empty store. So I had to check all the crevices, check the large bathrooms, check everything to make sure there was no. So that was fun. And the cops are just standing. Yeah, we don't see any sign of a break-in, so we don't know. And then they just kind of stand there. I'm like, oh, I'll go check. Thanks, guys. So someone had to check. I couldn't go home.
From FedEx to Meatloaf, we've covered the length and breadth of this fine film. This Academy Award-winning movie,
Yep.
rightfully so.
Welcome to
Oh,
Dance
and you want to
with
say,
Mom.
I know we talked about it a little bit. I just want to bring it one more time. The way that she changes her personality and the whole like way it looks at mental illness, it's not very good.
Oh, yeah.
But this is 90s, so I'll take it. I mean, and she's supposed
No,
to be a
it's
psychopath. so that's fine.
shockingly, it's not as like offensive as like other things. Like
No, it's not.
This
But
like
something I
this
thought.
honestly could have been a lot worse. Like holy shit.
Oh yeah, she could have cut off his foot with an electric knife, like in the book.
Yep. Well, an axe in the book.
Oh, okay. It's electric knife
Yeah.
for the thumb. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the thumb
Well,
is an electric knife.
She does both in the book. She cuts off his leg and his thumb.
Ugh,
Yep.
God.
that's just fucking awful.
Not great.
Yep. Oh yeah. Fuck.
She also with a rag that was full of cleaning detergent and stuff when she.
And
Oh,
And
fun.
Oh,
And piss.
I do like the random scene they had with the urinal. I was like, hey, no bedpan scene for us? Huh, we get the
Well,
urinal.
they technically do have a scene with it where he's peeing in the container, and
Do they have that?
there's the camera shot of Annie talking with the piss container, and she's like wiggling it around, and it's like, Jesus, stop doing that! Like, it's gonna spray all over the place, you fucking idiot! Holy shit!
I mean, when you work in that
Washing.
field, and you're like, for example, my wife used to work as a CNA, and
Okay.
in certain places she worked at, every day she came home, she had to take a shower and clothes went in the wash because every
Yeah.
day she smelled like
oh
piss.
yeah, no, of
Something
course.
happened every single day at some of these
Yeah,
places
of
she
course.
worked at.
Mhm.
And so after a while, you just get kind of like, it's normal.
Yeah.
I'll just go home and wash it off later. Like,
Yeah.
it becomes, like, to us, it's like, "Bleh." But,
Yep.
I mean, it was like that to her, too, but you get
No,
kind
of
of used
course.
to it.
Yeah.
So that was
That's what
something I thought of,
nursing
too.
and a lot of that stuff is. It's the most of any of those types of jobs, like any type of nursing thing. It's it's a lot of really fucking
she's a-
hard work and
This is a
gross
terrible nurse.
stuff. Mhm.
I do love how he does kill her finally when he tricks her and burns the book
Yeah.
that she wanted, so she's confused enough to let him hit her with the.
And luckily enough,
Good.
she shot both bullets out of her gun, so she couldn't use the gun anymore. Even though, unfortunately, one of the bullets goes into his shoulder blade, which, ow, holy fuck. But at least,
Yeah.
it didn't go in his head or in his dick or anything. So it's
Yeah,
like,
but also,
cool.
I mean, he's still stuck. I mean, I'm assuming someone must have came soon.
No, of course,
Wow.
but at least she was
You won't live
dead.
that long with a
At
bullet in
least
you.
she was fucking dead, though, because it's like, oh, cool, I don't have to fucking worry about that psychotic bitch anymore. Like, good,
Yeah,
she's
but
dead.
you still are in the middle of nowhere
Yep,
with no phone because she
yep.
took out the internet.
Yeah,
for
but
the
people
phone.
are gonna notice that the sheriff disappeared.
Yeah, exactly. The
Yeah.
sheriff's gone.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
someone, like maybe the clerk at the general store.
Oh
or
yeah,
Francis-
would have said yeah.
Francis-
He mentioned it.
Or of course, Frances Sternhagen. She's gonna be like, "Where the fuck is my husband?" So yeah, like
Yeah,
people will notice that.
because he wouldn't live that. I don't think you live that long with a bullet wound if it's not treated because it can get
No, of
infected.
course, yeah,
That's the Civil
Yeah.
War. How that worked out.
yep.
Hmm.
I
Terrible, by the way.
love that the final hit that takes Annie out is with the pig statue.
Yeah, the pig statue. Yeah, yeah.
Specifically
Pretty great.
because she named her pig Misery, and it's like, You love Misery so much.
Yeah, fuck you. Here you
Take
go.
it.
And of course, the other way she gets the final blow to the head is she trips and falls and slams her head into the typewriter. So there you go.
Lots of poetic justice for.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very good.
It's all
And showing
poetic
the
justice.
ash in her face.
Yeah, it's all poetic justice. There you go.
Oh, and to go back to the cute couple, like that part when he brings home the books and she's like,
Yeah.
oh, whoever you're cheating on with me likes to read or stuff. It's like, the funny thing is, like, Tiff has done that with me where I'll bring home something. She's like, oh, and I'm like, and she knows I'm not, but it's just like that.
Yeah,
It just
of
made me
course.
laugh. And that old couple have been together.
Well, no,
and we're
because
like,
you're a fucking married couple. That's what you do. You know, that's, you know, and then when Buster is just like,
they weren't joking when they said it.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So-
And then when Buster is just like, hey, there's that flavor that brings that really fires up our marriage. And it's like, yeah, there you go.
There's the spice.
Exactly. There's the spice. There's the flavor, you know?
Yeah, they're a really fun couple. A lot of fun to
They're
be
so
around.
They are. It makes it worse when he dies.
Yeah, exactly.
It really does.
That's good writing. That's good fucking writing. And it's also funny, too, because those two fucking characters aren't even in the book. They were made exclusively for the movie. Same with Lauren Bacall's character. As his
Also,
literary agent.
His death will make the other people in town go, where's the sheriff? Which means he died a more useful death than, say, Dick Halloran in The Shining.
Yep.
Yeah. I do like that movie, though.
I only hope that, you know, of all the possibilities of what happens after Paul, you know, finally kills Annie and, like, the waiting, like, I hope Frances Sternhagen didn't find her husband because, Jesus, he had a hole blown into him. Ugh.
If I had a nickel for the amount of time Shining has come up in the last 2 days, I'd have two nickels, and the other one was not a Stephen King podcast. But hey,
Yeah.
all right. Just want to put that out there, even though you're hearing this out of order of the time that of those recordings that I mentioned. But fun fact for those guys listening,
Listen to
I
them
record
all.
so much stuff out of order.
Yep, of course.
Usually the games, the minis, the movies, each show kind of goes in its own order, but this one is a little different because of a Patreon vote coming out, and this is coming out before the other one that I just referenced, just because of scheduling. But yeah, I do find it funny because someone like normally I try to make all the shows, each one are in order of what the shows are, like the games, the movies, the comics. Everyone is in order of the other one. No, you're not exactly the way I record them and release them when it comes all together, but in those type of shows, they usually are in order. Okay, that's enough inside baseball. Anything else to say about Misery?
Yes, actually, because we have to give a lot of props to Paul. I don't know how many people here have actually tried their hand at writing or done it for so many years, but the fact that he had a concrete ending in his mind for this series and was forced to write a new book and BS his way through it. Like I said, I don't know who here has ever done writing besides Mike and myself, but
I have not.
so
I
sometimes
have.
you have an idea in your mind,
I do not have the I do not have like not the vocabulary, but I do not have like the wordsmithing to be an author.
All right,
oh my
so
god, I have
three
so
of
much.
us?
Yes.
All right.
I have all the fucking respect in the world for authors who can just do it. Like, oh my god.
So
I actually have a couple short stories in an actual book that you could purchase.
Hey!
Super awesome, by
Yeah.
the way, Bill.
Woohoo! Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Legit. Too legit to quit.
I cannot speak for Bill and Mike, but sometimes you have an idea for where a story goes.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe where it goes by the end of it changes. Because even like the characters will be in your head going, I wouldn't fucking do that. What are you, crazy?
Mm-hmm.
So to have this poor guy have to, on the fly, make up multiple chapters, and probably the characters in his head going, what are you doing? I should be dead. This is...
Why? You killed me for a reason.
Yeah, you should be done with this. And he just has to keep writing and keep making stuff on the fly. God, to appease a psycho.
Yeah.
That
Save his
sounds like
life.
the hardest thing in the world.
I disagree. As a guy who's really good at bullshitting his way through everything when needed, like, I am.
Sorry.
That's what I do. He's fine. He just ran by my foot when I moved it. No, that's fine. It was funny. I was like, oh, that's a cat on my foot. Okay. Now he's looking at the ceiling. All right. So, like, as a guy, I bullshit with everything. Like, I used to be a writer. I wanted to be a published author, but I needed a job, and writing then didn't happen. And if I didn't have this podcast, I probably would have went back to writing now. But instead I do this, which is good because then I get my social aspect out of it too, versus writing was a very Also, for me, writing was pen and paper, and then I would take the pen and paper copies, and then I would type them up, which would be my second draft. I actually wrote a novel, and I kicked myself because I don't have that. That novel's long gone now. It used to be on floppy disks. Remember those things, kids?
I do.
Yep, I remember those.
And it was
Floppy
on there,
disks.
but I don't have it anymore, unfortunately. I lost the hard copy. I lost everything. I threw it all. I mean, I gave it to my ex at one point with my girlfriend, and that was the end of that. But, like, I mean, that's how I wrote. Like, I would have an idea, sort of, but, like when I write, I let the story take it where it goes. So, like, I can understand this with the bullshitty, where he's just like, well, we'll see what happens. And I'm the same with podcasting. I never know where, there's no script to these. I just see where we end up and go with the flow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's
I know.
the charm.
I kind of know Mike's backstory and history to this, because, I also have a podcast myself, and it's like, the more I try to structure a podcast, the shittier it becomes, or it's just like, no, I just, I'm that mental case of just like, no, I have to let it be fast and loose because it's just
more fun.
You can't control the beast. I get it.
Anything else for that topic?
What? Oh no,
Okay.
that's it. Mike, I totally know where you're coming from because I'm in that same position myself.
I just wasn't sure if we had anything else to say, so I didn't want to be rude.
No. That's it.
Anything else to say about Misery, or should we go to Shelf Stack and talk?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
I think I've gotten everything up, but that's just me. Anybody else?
And
I'm good.
Kyle, why don't you lead us in?
All right. Well, I guess to start things off of our overall thoughts on the movie, this is easily going to be on my shelf. I fucking love this movie. This is probably my favorite Stephen King adaptation, maybe, but like this goes up there with Shawshank Redemption, Cujo. I do like the movie adaptation of The Shining, even though like I'm not normally the biggest fan of Stanley Kubrick. Like I'm kind of off and on with the guy. This also goes with some more recent Stephen King adaptations, like the one that I'm shocked still actually got made into a movie finally, Gerald's Game. This is up there with Gerald's Game as a fucking great adaptation. Just really impressive, amazing performances, great visual aspect, the cinematography is fucking incredible, the directing is great, just so many things are just amazing off the bat. Yeah, this is honestly, this might straight up just be my favorite ever adaptation of a Stephen King work. Kathy Bates and James Caan are both fucking stupendous, and as I said earlier, I know it sounds like I said it as a joking kind of a comment, but no, I'm Kathy Bates. I'm your number one fan. I think she is an amazing actress, and she deserved that Oscar win. If there has ever been anyone in the Oscars that deserved to win, it's her. She knocked it right out of the park. And like, of all the people to win for a horror movie, like hell yeah, like. There have been, like, you guys, like, I'm a fucking horror fanatic, and it's like, there have been so many horror movies where it's like, you know what, I actually do wish that could have I do wish that could have been an Oscar contender, I really do, but, like, the fact that this finally got a chance and it actually won, it's like, fuck yeah, finally some justice, like, finally.
Phoebe.
Shelf, I think the story is amazing and terrifyingly realistic. I think the performances are fantastic. The score for the movie we didn't talk about, but
Mark Shaman, who's also really fucking great composer. He's amazing.
Yeah, everything keeps you on the edge of your seat and just lets you linger and wallow in the misery of the situation.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So definitely a shout.
You're right there in bed with James Caan of just like, oh Jesus fuck, what's gonna happen next? Just ugh.
And Bill.
Shelf, of course. Why am I even delaying silliness? Yeah, it is a shelf
Suspense,
for sure.
like
This
the
is
movie.
it's a masterclass of pacing and acting, and it has it's entrancing and it's gripping in all the great ways. We've gone through it all before, but yeah, this is a favorite of mine, and this is an easy shelf. No questions asked.
Right, and I'll go last. This is also going on the shelf for me. I really enjoyed this movie. I thought I remembered more of it, remembered nothing, but it was still very enjoyable to go back and watch. It was still a very well done movie, very suspense, very tough to watch, but I had a good time with it, and I'm glad this won, because it was something that I don't know if I would have done otherwise.
I'm really shocked that this actually ended up being the winner of the Rob Reiner poll. Like,
Same.
who the hell, like, what the hell do you cover? Like, there's so many great movies from him.
Yeah, I was expecting a tie or something, and people voted for this, so I was like,
Oh, totally, yeah.
I was all right with it. I don't mind getting more Stephen King and more. I'm trying to get a lot of classic horror movies done on this show too.
Hell yeah.
So I mean, I have a poster that probably has about 80 left for me to go do.
Yeah, this will be in the
Can't just
poster.
find
There's no
out.
question.
I don't know if this isn't. At least that Ken could.
I will.
Really?
I'm forever. Sorry, I just want to say really quickly. I'm still forever shocked that you guys did fucking Martyrs on this show. Like, all of these great popcorn movies, and you know what? Martyrs. Like, holy.
Because the luck of the draw on that fucking poster. But there are 13 movies in that poster he couldn't identify. So it's possible, because he had a shitty picture he was looking at, but he did go through all 100, and he knows we cover at least 20 of the 100.
No, of course.
So, I mean, possible that it's on there. I mean, I have 2 movies from that poster I need to get to anyway that I scratched off months ago, but just haven't gotten to since last year. But I'll review that coming up here. I'm thinking about it. But yeah, that's also something I like. I like trying to cover all classic horror films that feel important, and this is something that is an important film to be covered. All right, I think we should go to plugs. And Phoebe.
Hi, you can find me on YouTube and Twitch as the Let's Play Princess, where I'm currently streaming Paranorma Site, a very weird Square Enix visual novel. And you can find me as one of the co-hosts of Nerds Broadcast, which you should download on your podcast service of choice.
And Bill.
As always, the gamer looks at 40 and carrying my cross podcast anywhere you listen to your favorite shows. Check them both out. They are neato, and I was gonna do a line from the movie, like there, I don't know, whatever. I am tired. A wave of CP hit me just now. So, yeah, check those out wherever you get a chance to do so.
And Kyle.
You can find me on my very own podcast at the Unidentified Flying Obsession Podcast. That's the UFO podcast, wherever you can find your podcasts. Just if you have a podcast catcher that doesn't get that podcast, let me know and I'll help you out. But yeah, the Unidentified Flying Obsession Podcast, wherever you get your podcast. And you can find my random bullshit musings on Blue Sky at Chibi UFO, CHIBI-UFO, at bsky.social.
All right. And if you enjoyed this episode, over 900 other episodes of this podcast, we do movies, TV shows, video games, comics, all sorts of content. We have a giant catalog. You can search whatever you want on Podbean. You never know, we might have covered. If you want to see our other Rob Reiner and Stephen King stuff, it will be in the show notes. So check that out. You can just click on the link, listen to those episodes. Also check out the lovely people you just heard about too. All their stuff will be in the links down below. And if you want to support the show, we do have a Patreon. Little dog, vote in our Patreon poll. We have 1 to 2 polls a month. You can also, if you donate $10 more, I will plug your podcast or YouTube every episode I make that month. They never go away. Like these lovely people, Phoebe Stanton, you already heard from, and Zach from Absolutely the Best Podcast of Work in Progress, talking about the MCU movies, and they are currently doing the Alien Predator franchise. And also, make sure you check out, I want to give a thank you to my awesome intern Oscar to Lena at Hell Has Fury. Follow her on TikTok and Instagram. And please join our Discord. If you want to be in the show, you want to suggest things for the show, join the Discord. We're always happy to have new people join us, chat with us, lurk. I don't care. I'm happy. And please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, YouTube, audio only, and rate and reviews wherever you get your podcast. I think that's everything I need to say, so we will see you guys all next time. Bye, everybody.
Take care,
Bye,
everyone.
everyone.
So long.